Okay, so I've just finished cutting the extra coloured pages down to size. Some nice colourful scraps there that will go into my scraps here. I'm trying to make a really conscious effort to stay organised. Not working that good, but you know, starters were mean to go on and all that. So pop them in there. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. Obviously it's not in yet or anything like that, but I'm happy with that kind of spacing. So yes, I'll just have a quick flip through of the signatures with you guys to show you. So there we go. So that ties in with that. Then we have a plain page and a coloured page, perfect for, like I said, adding tucks and pockets and things onto. These are awesome. Now, these can still be written on, but also what I was thinking were, these would also be good to be able to just, you know, staple something in, or glue, you know, write something and glue it in yourself. The person this is going to, not exactly a crafter as such, but you know, she would be able to do that sort of thing. So, or even just use that as like a photo mat, you know, so take photos and put photos on. So although you could still write over that with a dark enough pen, like a black marker pen or something like that, you could also use it to mat your photos and things like that onto. So precious photos, which I know she'll have quite a few of. So that's another little bit of an example of what you could do with that side, the darker side of the pages. These are all still good journaling pages. Again, you could mat a photo on there, or you could cut a piece of paper to size, rip it to size of whatever, write on it and glue it in. So, but otherwise I'm trying to keep this quite writable. And then I just stuck an extra page. I didn't like it just plain in the middle. I'm not bothered about the page being plain, but I just didn't like it so stark white in your face in the middle, so I've just added an extra sheet of the coloured paper. And the middle pages I've tried to, not that side, the middle part of it, I've tried to tie in with the colour on the fronts of the signature. So each one now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. So that's 18 and 18, that's 36. Yeah, 36. Maths rubbish. That's 36 pages, double-sided. So 1, you know, front and back. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and then again 18 on that side, you know. So there's 36 pages in each signature, which is about a month really, so theoretically over a month. So, you know, you've got 3 months worth of journaling there, and then some extras besides. So yeah, there you go. I'm not going to flip through the whole thing because you'll see that as we're going on. This video we're going to work on the journal cover. As I said before, before I do this I need to actually go and check on the time. I don't think it'll let me know. Oh yeah, it will. 1:45. Oh, that's okay. I didn't think it'd let me whilst I were filming, but it did. Yeah, that's not too bad. So whilst we are here, we will just glue this into place, and that's probably pretty much going to be this video, because then I'll need to wait for it to dry. But yes, so I'm hoping, oh my gosh, I am so hoping that I can get it straight and even. Although I'm not overly worried about the inside of the journal, the outside of the journal is my concern. I am going to use my silicone brush, and I'm going to use good old trusty Fabri-Tac, actually Beacon 3-in-1. I don't use Fabri-Tac, I use Beacon 3-in-1. And I'm going to start by gluing down the centre of the journal. The spine, I mean, sorry. So I'm just going to pop a nice amount of glue in there. I love this bottle for that. Whoa. I was just going to say, and I don't get any bubbling over volcano in with this bottle either, and then I go and spill it everywhere. Okay, so now I'm just going to smooth that out across the spine paper. This does not stop the glue from seeping through the fabric, but it just helps keep it to a minimum. Try and get it as close to the edges as I can. We'll worry about the rest later. Do it in sections. Okay. So, fingers crossed, guys. Oh my gosh, I can just about see through the material, so that's not too bad. And then let's just push that down. See what I mean about not having very much seepage, if any, when you do that with it. Now, there will be some, because now I'm pushing down really burnishing, so I will get some, but that's not that important because this will be covered up. I mean, you will still see it actually, but oh my gosh, look at that, it's pretty much accurately even. Wow. You will still see some of it anyway, because like I said, I'm just going to turn it into a TN style, so you will still see it when the signatures aren't in it. But once the signatures are in, your focus is on the signatures, then not this spine binding, so just pop that through. Make sure it's well adhered. Oh, I'm really chuffed with how I got that. It's just slightly over, but you know, not bad in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so now let's do this side. Again, I'm going to be quite generous with the glue, but I will spread it out, and I'm going to try and get in that groove in there as well, without trying to get too much on the fabric. Push down into that groove, and this is not a professional way of doing this or anything, this is just my way of doing this. This is just a way that I've found works for me. You know, you do you guys, or if you have somebody else's technique that you've seen and you prefer, then go ahead, do that. Like I said, this is just my preferred way. This is how I found I like to do it. So this is not a tutorial. This is just a progress video, so this is where we're likely to get glue seepage. It's hard work doing a book like this to find a happy medium, because I want the book to open out as flat as possible, but when you're gluing material into a spine, it makes it want to keep the book like that. So you've got to try and just kind of work it into the groove down there to make sure it adheres, whilst also making sure it's still going to open out flat-ish and not pull. So this is where it's quite good to do it just a little bit at a time, instead of just going in there full steam ahead and whacking it all on. Do it just a little bit at a time. Lots of patience, which I don't have. There we go. Oh, I'm quite happy with that actually. And again, like I said, very little glue seepage, which is even better. I'm not overly fussed about it creasing when it folds. Just as long as it's adhered nicely, which it has. Happy days. Actually, that went quite well. That's unusual. Okay, now to this side. Just pull that back a little bit to get into that groove and along that edge. Not very talkative, guys, I'm concentrating. You'll probably enjoy this video. So, like I say, get that pushed into that crease bit properly, and then make sure there's enough left over for you to grab afterwards. Goes this way up. Quite pleased with that. I'm not overly bothered that you can see that big gap there or at that side. It's covered, it's secure, that's the main thing. Also, by doing it in little bits at a time like this, it dries quicker. Yeah, glue webs. I need to remember not to come too far over with this one because it's a little bit shorter at this side, which is fine. Perfect. Wow, I can't believe how smoothly that went actually. That went very well. My stomach is still grumbling if you can hear it, guys, I'm sorry. As I said, it's 1:45. Well, it's probably about 1 o'clock now actually. Yeah, and I still haven't had dinner, so I will mess with the top and bottom later, but right now I am actually really happy with that. So I will not do much to it. I will leave it to its own devices whilst I go and make my dinner, and then I shall come back. I shall just put a tiny little blob of glue there to adhere that bit. And this side. This is what you do, guys. You do the main bit and then you just come back and do the little bits later. Oops, it is. What were I saying about it not volcanoing? I'm a bit heavy-handed with that bit. Sod's law, I don't need any at the bottom. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Alright, there we go. And what did I do with that white? No idea, so I'll get another one. That's unusual, that does not normally happen. There we go. I think it's because I forgot to squeeze it when I finish. Normally when I finish I squeeze it to let the air back in and it doesn't volcano, because the hole's a lot bigger in this bottle than in the Fabri-Tac bottles and the Sweet Sugar Bell ones. So I tend not to get as much, if any, volcanoing out of this, she says. while it spurts everywhere. Right. Actually, I don't need to wait to do the other side. I can actually do that now because that's near enough dry. So let's get the other side done as well. And the good thing about using a silicone brush is once you've finished doing what you're doing, you just pull the glue off. Usually wait till it's dry. But yeah, either just wash it down with warm soapy water, a baby wipe would do, or like I said, wait till it's dry and then just pull it off. Except that wasn't dry, so it's all now all over my fingers. Sorry guys. Right, now let's get on with this. And by doing the front, I now also have a small guide to do the back. Or do the inside, I now have a guide to do the front. I'm not bothered if it matches up at the back, so long as it matches up here on the front bit. I'd rather have too much at the front than not enough. So, again, start with the spine. Or I do anyway. I love this book cover, it's so pretty. Wow, this glue stinks. Yeah, there is. There's more over the front than the back, but I'm not bothered about that. A little bit of glue seepage on this one, but that's fine because I can put lace over it after when I'm done. I'm saying more at the front than the back. There's not a lot in it, is there? Not a lot in it at all. So, okay. Alright then, let's get on with the next bit. Might as well keep going. You're not used to me being this quiet, are you guys? You're alright, I'm not used to me being this quiet either. I just, like I said, want to get this done and kind of right, because it's quite an important book is this to me. Not just to me, but the person I'm going to be sending it to, so I want it to be just right. Not perfect, because you know nothing's really perfect, but I just want it to be right. Kind of want to make sure I do it justice. So there you go. Lots of concentration in this video, guys. Something you guys are very not used to. Believe it or not, I do this a lot. Concentrate, that is, you know, and follow a proper structure. But I usually do it off camera. Wow, there's actually lots of glue seepage on the front. Again, like I said, I'm not overly concerned because we can put lace or something across that to hide it. Yeah, I can put some thick lace or something across there, or maybe 2 layers of lace across that. I've got volcanoing going on again here with the glue, but never mind, so I'm going to use it again anyway. Oh, Fabric-Tac, don't prove me wrong. Behave yourself. There you go. Brush. I'm not sure if I've been in frame for much of this, and I'm sorry if I haven't, but you get the gist of what I'm doing anyway. I really need to have dinner after this. My stomach is growling like crazy. Don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can definitely hear it gurgling away at me and grumbling. I don't do well being hungry. Oh my gosh, I love it. Don't love the glue seepage, but as I said, not a concern because we can cover it and hide it. I love the fluffiness at the top as well. I'm glad I went down that route. Yes. Which side were I working on, guys? This side. Right, not much more to do then, I've done. Alright, so... Oops, just like the tiniest little bead down here. And that's it. Okay, we are done. Get off the cover. Thank you. Awesome. Right, I'm really happy with that now, guys. So now it just needs to dry, which is fab because that gives me a chance to go and make dinner. And then we shall come back and do the rest later. So, eek, I'm going to love you and leave you with this video, guys, and I will be back later. Not on the same day. Well, for the same day for me, but not for you guys watching. I'm breaking these videos up. But yeah, so the next video will be me coming back and finishing this off because we need to put the eyelets in and what have you. Cut this, trim this down, and then put the closure on. Which, as I said in previous videos, I think I will use the new hitch posts that I have. These. So that's going to be interesting because I've never used them before for this kind of a thing. So, okay guys, thanks for watching and I will see you again very soon. Bye!